When I first came to Russia, there was no supermarkets. Well, everything was behind the counter, so you had to go and wait in the queue and then ask the person behind the counter for the things, which was pretty daunting if you didn't speak Russian, which I didn't. You had to flap my hands and stuff, like to kind of show that I wanted to buy chicken, or kind of bend down to show that the chicken was laying an egg and stuff like that. It was all a bit crazy. But now obviously Russian supermarkets, well, everything has completely changed, of course. So lately I've been seeing loads of videos on YouTube for going shopping in Russia and buying things in Russian supermarkets, etc. And I never thought I'd do a video like that, because to me it seems pretty well, kind of ordinary. But I guess a lot of people out there just want to see what it's like going to ordinary places. So I've decided to do my version of shopping in Russia. So first we're going to a restaurant called Morimania, which means Morimania, which means basically kind of Sea World. And the reason we're coming here is to get some fish. Смотрите. А скажите, икра из Кити нормально еще, да, или как?
Можно попробовать.
Да?
Можно попробовать.
А хочу вот целый 5 килограмм, но целый килограмм, если у вас есть.
Вам надо брать целый?
Да, есть у вас, да?
Да. Можете пробовать?
Ну давайте, да, пожалуйста, а то как-то не в сезоне, да? Да, да.
Забирайте.
Ха. А, ну да, нормально, да. Хорошо. Еще дорадо. Хорошо. Спасибо. Спасибо. До свидания. So the next place that I would like to go to, I often buy caviar from here and just things for beer, is this place, and it's Kapitan, which means captain. And this place sells beer on tap that you can take away with you, and then all the different types of foods that you can eat, and basically crisps and everything like that. I've already bought caviar today, so I'm not buying caviar. I've already bought beer, but I'm going to go and buy some other things that I can have and eat to accompany the beer. Look at all the fish and stuff. Можно мне вот это? Да, давайте еще вот эти. И давайте еще соленый, да? Это, да?
Соленый,
ага.
вкусный.
Хорошо. And this is how we're going to eat the caviar that we bought today, with butter and then this caviar on top. So about prices, this is 1 kilogram and costs about 4,500 rubles, which is about £50, maybe £60, $70 maybe, something like that. What do you say, Dima?
Pistachio in Russia, the same price.
So these are pistachio nuts, and they're very cheap in Russia.
Not cheap, the same price.
The same
like
price.
Caviar.
This is the fish I bought today, dorada, and here it is already broken up.
Tastes very nice.
And this is... Hello!
This is Johnny, and this costs about a tenner, I'd say, maybe a bit, maybe about a tenner each.
This is колбаса, making from ухо, горло, нос, хуй, пизда и хвост.
So Johnny's got a new hat, a present from his wife.
Yes.
He's now an official Banya. Oh. Of course, there are like huge supermarkets like Globus and Ashan that sell absolutely everything, but I want to take you on a tour of the shops that I buy my food in. Look at the size of it! It's like an airport. It's absolutely huge. The next shop that I like to go to is Metro, or in Russia as they call it, Metro. Now the thing about Metro is you need a card to get inside. Here is the card. And basically you're supposed to be the owner of a business to be able to get a card. It's like a cash and carry basically. But the good thing about that is, okay, they sell things in bulk. So if you want to buy something in bulk, you come to here. But I like coming to here because you need to have a registered business to come inside. It's virtually empty. So it's just a nice, peaceful walk around the supermarket, basically. And as you can see, it's pretty dead, all right? Which is great. Toilet paper, bin bags, cat food, and I need spices, chili. I like this chili too, get a few of them. Curry Madras, perfect. Getting a couple of them. Spicy paprika. And look, they've got 5 litres of virgin olive oil. 5 litres cost 2,000 rubles, which is about 25 quid. Maybe 20 quid actually. Look at this. 2,900 grams of jalapeno. Wow. Here we go. Some coconut milk. If I can get it out. 200 rubles each. No sugars. Loads of hummus. Different ones. I prefer the spicy one and they don't have it here. Different kolbasa, and I like, where's my one? It's not here. Oh, this one, the Jewish one, look. There's also a great selection of meats here, so if you're having a barbecue or something like that, then this is a place to come to grab your meat and get it in bulk. So here we have like big boxes of all different types of meat. You know, all the different types of chicken and stuff. But the one thing is, it's freezing in here, absolutely freezing. So I'm going to run out of here as quick as possible. So I mean, it is a big supermarket, but there's just no one here, which makes it, well, perfect. All the fruits and stuff, just like anywhere else, any other supermarkets, but with no customers. Grab me a Coca-Cola sugar-free. And then to use the actual checkout, you also have to give them your card, so you still have to be a member. You can't just, you know, grab you know, somehow climb over the gate to get in. You still need to use your card on the checkout. Здравствуйте. Спасибо. There's something about filming in your own town that I just don't like. Like you go to the supermarket and you see the lady at the checkout, and I've seen her probably like, you know, 200 times over my life. And you have a little chat with her every day, every time you go there, you have a little chat with her. And then you turn up with a camera. And I just don't feel comfortable. If it's a different town, it's somewhere I've never been before, fine, I'll film the person, I'll chat with them, I'll film it. But in my own town, I just don't feel comfortable with it, really. Right, so the next shop is called Vkus Will, which is basically a play on the word goodwill, because Vkus means taste. So if it's in English, it would be taste will, goodwill, Vkus Will. Let's go inside. Here we've got morse, which is like a homemade drink, and cherries. I'm going to grab one of them. Then we've got another one with, look, red and black currant. Grabbing one of them. Ribena. These all cost 143 rubles, which is about £1.50. You know, this shop is more like a deli. They've got all these different kind of sandwiches that you get in the UK, like chicken tikka and stuff like that. And then they've got like ready meals already kind of, you can take away this kind of like organic stuff here. So I come in and grab like muesli, drinks, smoothies, a bit of fruit. That's what I get from this shop basically. Alcohol-free beer, Belgian beer. And then I love this muesli. Look, muesli with Belgian chocolate. I'm grabbing a couple of them. 166 rubles. And then this muesli with fruits in it, 190 rubles. So all the meats and stuff like that, they're all like, all the eggs are free range eggs, all the meats are like actually, you know, kind of like not, what's the word, fed properly on the farm or whatever it's called, farm fed meat. So if you've got some sort of special diet requirements, the breads without yeast and all that kind of stuff, that's the kind of stuff you get here. And this is what I like, pita bread. Pita bread. I also really love the ice cream here. All these little ice creams. This mango one's amazing. And then there's all these different nuts and stuff like this. And the bits of dried fruit and that. And then fresh mangoes, that's what I like, the fresh mangoes. Soft, perfect, ready to eat. The final supermarket we're going to today is called Peyekostuk, which means crossroads. So this is actually like a mid-range supermarket. I've actually chosen the biggest out of all of them to come to. Like the biggest out of all the Peyekostuk supermarkets. And this is basically where I buy everything else that I don't buy at those other supermarkets that I go to. So the spicy hummus. Eggs. Bread. Now obviously there's loads of different breads you can get. Loads and loads of different breads. Look, here we've got some natural peanut butters. I might grab one of these actually, quite nice. And Russians really love this. Plastina. I don't even know how to describe it. Feels like marshmallow in touch, but it's a bit weird. We've got a small sports section. Whey protein, not protein, pancake. Should I try this? I don't know why. I'm going to start going to the gym. Let me try this. Pancake protein. And then all these protein bars. See, the thing is with protein bars, this is what always happens with me. I buy protein bars because I think, oh, I can eat them instead of chocolate. But then I eat loads of protein bars. It's just like the same thing as just eating like chocolate bars, really. It's supposed to be a bit better for you, but they're like, just cost like 3 times the amount and you just stuff yourself with protein bars instead. Oh, I've never seen these before. What are these? I like sweet stuff so much. Mango coconut. In Russia, tap water is bad, so we've got to get water. Suzdal water, this one's called. From Suzdal. The only thing I miss about the UK is they don't have salt and vinegar crisps in Russia unless you specially order them. Here's the vodka section. There's actually not much there compared to most supermarkets. Loads of whiskies, loads of cognacs, and then a lot of wines. And obviously, you know, I'm not going to go down every aisle. There's all sorts of things, just like any supermarket. If you think that in Russia, for some reason, they don't have products, then it's just crazy, because it's just like, you know, the supermarkets here have more things than supermarkets in the UK. Different varieties, because I guess, you know, depending on the taste, like in the UK, there's a lot more of a Indian population, so there's a lot more kind of curry and spice-based things, whereas here, we don't really have that, which is something I really, really miss. But other things you find in Russian supermarkets are loads of kind of like seafood, fish things. Very popular in Russia. Here we've got salads that you can buy that are already made. And then different meats and stuff you can buy that are already made. And here we've got lots of smoked fish. And then lots of sausages. Russians love sausages. And cheeses. And then even more sausages. There's stringy cheese is really popular in Russia. People eat this stringy cheese with beer, and there's all different types of it. So what can I say about food shopping in Russia? Well, they've got everything you could possibly want. I know a few people that really love cheeses. They say you can't get the cheeses you want now because when Russia gets sanctioned, they counter-sanctioned other countries, stopping them from importing cheeses. And so if you're a real fan of cheese, apparently you can't get the best cheeses now. But apart from that, I think Russia has everything you could possibly want. Obviously this video was more about the things that I like rather than kind of traditional Russian foods, and obviously I can only show you that because they're the things that I like rather than all the traditional stuff.